believe as long as you believe in something that makes you want to wake up every day and be a good person, that's not wrong.
Hello, my Dotlings. Today we're going psychic shopping at Earth Magic. I'm sorry, I get trapped in this really super cool mirror effect.
That is actually a spell. So basically, this mirror faces this mirror so that like any negativity someone may bring in, it goes into this mirror and then it sends it into the dark mirror to kind of send it outward and trap it, like so that it can't come into my building. I wanted to have a safe space for like-minded people to come and enjoy themselves, and
A place to build community.
exactly, yes, a place where people could come and not feel so alone in their journey. I had a belief in my heart, but I knew that it wasn't a belief that I was being taught was right, and so I was kind of lonely in that. And I remember wondering, like, finding books that spoke about like things that I really connected with, and wishing that there was more of a community around that sort of space. And so for me, the shop was a well-needed hub. I opened it. I left my work in pharmacy in the medical field to open this shop because it felt right for my soul to kind of create a community here in Morgantown, because much of it had been underground. We're doing our trivia nights, but we give away prizes, and we still offer refreshments, and you know, once the game is over, then people mingle and stuff like that. And then we're also working on a quarterly magazine that will be an online magazine, and we've got some great contributors, all the stripes of the metaphysical and occult world. We are Earth Magic WV on Facebook and Instagram. We're also earthmagicwv.com is our website, and it's a little rustic right now, but we are slowly progressing, working on it.
So this is my set of bones. Within it is bones, teeth, claws, charms, crystals. It took me 3 years to create this set, so it's very much connected to me. So my name is Megan Black. I have had a practice for over 20 years. It has changed a lot, but I have been able to solidify everything into what is called in Polish a szeptucha. I am a whisperer, and what a whisperer is a Slavic folk witch. We're folk healers. We're able to heal people through, we start with forms of divination, and then we grow from there. We find the source of what is causing the issues, the pain, the agony. We can remove curses and hexes and stuff like that, and we're able to take that person through a healing journey through multiple different rituals. Most of the research that I have found is either in Polish or Russian. So it does take time to sit down and translate paragraph by paragraph to find more information. And it's taken years, but I've compiled a big library, and I'm hoping to turn that sort of library into a book for English speakers, so that this form and tradition of magic doesn't get lost, because it's a dying form. There's not that many szeptuchas left, whisperers left. There's very few of us. Okay. I believe my grandmother was one, but growing up in a Roman Catholic church, you don't speak those kind of words. But the first ever ritual I ever witnessed was with my grandmother, and there was a big storm rolling through, and she took down the palms that were blessed by the priest, and she brought out her cast iron pan, and she brought me over, and we had to hold our rosaries that were blessed, and we had to whisper our prayers, and that was very specific. I remember that. she said to whisper your prayers and not say them out loud. And I said, I only remember one because I was little at the time. I was just a little being. And she said, that's okay, just keep repeating it. So as she was burning the palms in the pan, we were whispering our prayers. And from that moment on, I was like, the church didn't teach us this part. And from then on, it stuck in my head, like this is magic. This is how we're able to alter things. So we were able to pray so hard with our whispers that the storm actually went around our vicinity. So we weren't touched by the storm, which was pretty cool.
I was born in a Muslim family from Alexandria, Egypt, so it was very, very strict upbringing. But I did not feel very comfortable in that. My mom was American, my father was Egyptian, and so my household was very strict with religion, and I didn't feel like that kind of fit my heart or my soul. Now, when I say strict with religion, it was because of the influence of my father. My mother was like kind of an open hippie sort of lady. I get a lot of who I am from her, and like she would say, come on, let's, speak to the spirits, and she'd pull out her Ouija board. And so like I kind of grew up with, but Dad couldn't know about that sort of thing. But I did start writing journals that were like books of shadow. I would say, this prayer works and this does this. Like I was doing this when I was 10 years old. I didn't realize what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it had a name. I didn't realize that was what I was doing at the time. I understood and spoke to plants. I saw spirits. It was something that was just every day in my life. And it wasn't something that I was afraid of, but it wasn't also anything I could talk about. So that's where the loneliness came in. Now, as I got older, I came across a book called The Diary of a Witch by Sybil Leek. Amazing lady. She's I believe she lived in Wales, somewhere around there. She was a contemporary of some other like famous or infamous practitioners like Crowley and that sort of thing, but she wrote a diary about her life where she described her world and how she grew up and her like spiritual practice with meditation and moving energy, and she called herself a witch, and that was a turning point to me. And so once I read that book, it changed me, and I went on a journey to learn as much as I could. Every book I found, I devoured it. I was at the library all the time reading up on the occult and things like that. I decided to go seek a practice that really like felt comfortable to me and do some classical training. So I joined the Cabot Kent Temple of Hermetic Witchcraft, led by Lori Cabot and a bunch of amazing folks.
The shop means so much to me. When I first started coming here, it was literally the only place where I felt like I could find people who were like me. I felt lost at the time and alone, and the shop was here for me. Yes, the nail polishes are mine. So each nail polish starts at a base. All of my bases are vegan and they're 10 free. I have a lot of skin allergies, so I had to make sure if I was going to create a product that I could even wear it myself. So I have in the small bottles on this side, there are actual crushed crystals inside of them. And that's just the base and the crushed crystals themselves. On the other side, on the rectangle bottles, I have the vegan base, again, with vegan pigments. And each one goes through its own separate ritual. So each one has its own magic imbued into it. One of my favorites is Leshy. And this one actually sits in the woods for a month. so that it is blessed by the spirit of the woods, the Leshy. So each one is its own little ritual, its own little piece of magic that you can wear on your fingers or your toes. But you can also like draw sigils with them if you want to add in that sort of like glamour magic into different aspects of your practice. You can use the little wand that comes with them and draw the sigils with those. So taking it a little bit out of traditional nail polish realms and taking it further on. So I've loved this shop since the day it opened. I believe I was one of Mo's first customers. And I've been coming here ever since they opened up, and she called me one day and said, "You're hired." And I said, "Okay, for what?" And that's how I got the job sort of working here. But I was looking to put myself out into the pagan and the witch community a little bit more. I've done the research for years. I've done the practice for years. And I wanted to be able to reach out and help others. And that's what Whispers are for. We're here to help others. We're here to help guide. That's what we're here for.
This is a place just to come for a bit of peace. Even if you don't want to buy anything, like my doors are always open just for, you know, some sanctuary, some conversation, you know, some companionship.
That's pretty
You're
awesome.
not alone. That's what I'd like the audience to know. They are not alone. And I send them all my blessings.
Hi, it's later. Let's see if we can get this little like, there we go, it's a little better. Not much. So it's the haul part of the video. Check out this bag. Dog is love. So let's check out some of the stuff I got. This one, and I actually have been reading with this, so. But check out the backs of these. Like, is that not adorable? And like, it's pretty standard Rider Waite, but it's done with like gummy bears. So this is like one right now. This is my favorite deck because it also comes in a nice tin. You know, when you gotta keep cards in your purse, cardboard doesn't hold up like tin does. Pen, Earth Magic pen that you can't read. I don't know why I'm even trying. Yep, the camera's not doing it. Okay, but it is a really cool pen. Chi-Chi dolls. Chi-Chi. Yeah. Anyway, I've always heard them called worry dolls. This thing, and arguably one of the coolest things, I got some of that nail polish. Apparently worked because I did better at last night's event than I have at any other event this season. Like, I'm not gonna knock it because apparently it worked. And that bone reading was just, I'm not telling you what she said to me. Like, I could read like a cheap novel, man. Okay, so that was a lot of fun. If I lived closer to that shop, I would be there all the time. Definitely worth going. Just, it had a great energy. The, you know, Mo and Megan both had really, really great energy. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Megan. It's a beautiful shop. Lots of fun, great energy. If you're in the Morgantown area, definitely check it out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Safe travel and much profit to you.